Right, so we're back. We're gonna give some YouTube content another go. So I've just finished in the gym, so my plan is to do like a little mini series to start off, just how I'm tying in gym and practice. Now I'm a little bit busier, now I've changed my job and stuff. I haven't been playing as much golf and I want to get back into it. I have had a couple of lessons this year, but haven't put it into practice as much as I should have. And some old habits have kind of crept back in, suffering with some early extension, a couple of other bits. So we've been doing a lot of work. But because I can't practice as much as what I was last year, I have kind of come up with a plan of doing and fixing it, not just on the range, doing drills and practicing at home. I have been doing extra bits in the gym. So I'm gonna do a little mini series on that, how I'm going to fix it, or how I'm trying to fix it, and who knows, it might be good for you. You might take something away from it. I have been doing lots of mobility work, as you'll see in this clip. I'm going to overlay it now. So I downloaded an app called Bend, and basically made a point or set a challenge of doing this for 31 days unbroken. I've been doing it for 2 weeks and I feel such a difference already. Lower back doesn't hurt, got so much more mobility in my hips, so I'm gonna keep on that. It's as long as you want to do it, really. The shortest one I've been doing is 5 minutes, longest one I've been doing is 15 at the moment. And then I just alternate. I've been trying to do 20 minutes, half an hour most days. So do one in the morning, as you'll see in here, and then I do one in the evening just before I go to bed, which has actually been helping with my sleep as well. So I'm definitely going to stick on that. In terms of the gym session that I've done this morning, you'll see a couple of clips overlaying now. I started with heavy hip thrusts this morning, trying to load my glutes properly. There's only one set in here, but I tend to do 5 sets, 5 reps, and it's just working through my hip hinge, which the majority of your golf power comes through. If you can put that up with rotating, you're adding yardage 100%. I then worked into some heavy Bulgarian split squats, just to try and improve my ground force. Although it is predominant, I train lower body predominantly for golf. Obviously, to get slightly bigger legs than what I've got would definitely be nice. So always like to put like a unilateral, so single leg movement in there. I put a single leg or a stepped back version of an RDL in, just to concentrate on individual hamstrings. Good stretch on them, squeeze at the top. They're definitely going to just help keep the posterior chain strong. I did some seated hip abduction and adduction. I'm not going to video them, but they're what predominantly would be called the girly machine in the gym, but they definitely keep in and around your hip strong, so I would recommend doing them. And then I finished with a little stretch on like, you can do it on a bar. It is something that you'll see in the golf space, trying to create separation from your upper body and your lower body. So you put your hands on the top of the bar, you fire your hips around the corner, or you start to fire your hips around the corner, but try and keep your upper body as still as possible, which is a little bit harder said than done. I've been doing that on the end of my workouts, which is normally 3 sets, kind of 10 reps each. But yeah, we've been giving it a go. I have been hitting practice balls down the range and kind of been making a lot of practice swings at home in the garden and practicing in the net, just because the more you can kind of do it, the more you can get the feeling in, the better. Obviously, like, everyone thinks drills don't fix swings, but they definitely do. The problem is that normally you do the drill, you get the fix, and then you stop doing the drill, and then you kind of fall back into bad habits. I was listening to Zane Scotland, who was like a tour pro. If you kind of watch YouTube golf, you'll kind of know, or kind of just watch golf in general, you'll know who he is. And he said, like, your faults are your faults, but like, you never really get rid of them. You've just got to catch them earlier to stop them creeping back in. And I think I couldn't agree with a statement more. So we'll keep practicing, we'll keep going, and then we'll go from there. This is probably the first video in this series, and then I'll do one with like upper body, like my push movements, how I train core, that type of thing, and then how I put that into practice. And I will put the yardages. I will do a yardage kind of session now, see how far the balls go in, and then I will do another one in a few weeks, and I'll have a comparison, so it is backed up by data, not just some absolute helmet saying so. Hopefully you'll take something from it, it'll help, and with that I'll definitely see you in the next one.